What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here. This is Daredevil Season 2, Episode 5, Kinbaku. Don't entirely know what that means, but this was a pretty interesting episode. It was a little bit less of the... It really did remind me of the episode where Foggy found out about a secret identity in the first season. Not a whole lot of action going on, mainly the flashbacks and kind of, there really wasn't any action in this at all. They had like one little play fight scene in the boxing arena. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of how they handled the Foggy episode too in the last season. They just had flashbacks and then them kind of arguing in the present. So, not exactly one that I'm just like, oh, this is amazing. But at the same time, it was still well handled, in my opinion. Because you really do have to see the flashbacks to understand Elektra and the relationship that she and Matt have. Because, really, the whole summation of their past relationship and even how they are now is based on their first meeting. They were drawn to each other because they are similar in a way until it gets down to that final moment. That moment where Matt, he is a fighter. He is somebody who enjoys fighting, but he does it for justice. He doesn't do it just to have fun. She's a bit more of, yeah, she's also a fighter, but she does it for fun. She does it to have a good time. That scene where she brings in Roscoe Sweeney and has him beat the guy up. Matt does it because it's his sense of justice. He's doing this because of what this guy did to his dad. But the only reason Elektra's having him do it, as you see her off to the side, like smiling and almost giggling, it really is just a game to her. And even that last scene at the end was really brilliant, the way that she handled it all. Matt's starting to leave. She's like, I'm going to have to push you this time. Opens up the bag, and there's the Daredevil suit. And she just kind of smiles mischievously and pulls the mask up. I'm just like, see, it's a very good representation of their relationship. Of, what could potentially be a partnership as far as vigilantes working together. But why they also have difficulty working together, being together. And the truth is, I'm kind of on the fence on whether or not I like the positioning of this, because they put it right, like they bring her in right as Matt and Karen are finally they finally hooked up, they finally decided, let's do this, we've admired each other for a while, let's give it a go, let's try to work things out, let's try to be together. And then Elektra steps in, and it's like, the writers of the show did that on purpose, so we can't have really a happy moment. Just for 1 second, we can't be all like, yes, Matt and Karen, finally. If it really did feel natural, I guess, is the point I'm trying to make. Because some shows, whenever they hook characters up, it kind of feels like they're doing it for the sake of the plot. They're just like, well, these two characters, aren't in a relationship. Let's just hook them together so they are in a relationship. Something like that. This one felt a bit more natural. Like throughout the entire first season, it was more Karen and Foggy kind of hooking up a little bit. It seemed like they were going to get in a relationship, and then it didn't work out. I can't remember why. But at the end, you could see the way that Karen smiled at Matt. And even from the beginning, she admired him, but they didn't really hook up. They didn't really like each other like that. But near the end of the season, she really started seeing him in a different light as they started to really work together in the law firm. So this feels really natural. It feels like it's been building up. It feels like it was built up very well. And so it finally happens, and it's just like, I like it. It's good. It was well done. It wasn't in your face like we're trying to force this on you. It just happened naturally. I like that. But then they throw this Elektra story in at the same exact time as that's happening, just to throw a screw into things. And it's just like, oh, okay, that sucks. clearly done on purpose. But like I said, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know whether I'm like, I'm happy that Karen and Matt are together, or I don't know if I'm upset because they're trying to mess it up right as it's starting. Um, who knows? Maybe they'll just have one rough patch and work through it. And I don't know. The fact that they hooked up in the fourth episode of a 13 episode season makes me feel like they're going to have problems that are going to cause them to maybe stop seeing each other by the end of the season. I don't know. It feels like it's bound to happen. I just hope if it does happen, the show handles it well and they do it in a way that isn't so we're trying to mess things up so there's drama. I hate it when shows do that. I hate it whenever they force drama into a situation instead of just having a situation going on that just feels natural. Most of the time it doesn't. So anyway, like I said, I'm on the fence about having Elektra show up at the same exact time as Matt and Karen are together, but the story is very well done. You see, kind of, it's almost like in this flashback, it's him flashing back to that time. It's not like here's a flashback so you guys, you the audience can know what happened. It really does feel like Matt is having these flashbacks based on what's going on at the time. When she calls him in the restaurant, he has a flashback to something she did, and then when it comes back, he's like standing up and upset because of what he remembers about the Roscoe Sweeney, her bringing him in. Um, it feels like it's from his point of view. It doesn't feel like it's the show trying to be like, here you go, audience. Here's these flashbacks so you know what happened. So I like that. I like the I like kind of the way they meet. Uh, it almost felt like by accident, but at the same time it seemed a little bit by design. Like they were both in this same place at the same time, probably on accident. But the way they meet, like Matt could tell there was something different about her, she could tell there was something different about Matt, and that's how they hooked up. Like they didn't intend to meet like this, but at the same time, they didn't just start talking by chance. They knew that there was something different about each other. So that was really well handled. Um, so yeah, that's about it for the Elektra storyline. Um, don't know what's. She didn't really explain her plot very well as far as the Yakuza, the Roxxon Corporation. I don't exactly know what her overall plan is. I know what she did. I know she planned the bug, but she didn't really explain what she's doing there very well. If she did, like I said, I don't know exactly what her plan is, but whatever it is, it involves the Yakuza, so they're apparently coming to attack, and that's obviously leading into the next episode. But also going on are Karen and Foggy. They have their own little stories going on. Karen is trying to search for more information on the Punisher because she realizes that something happened here, and somebody tried desperately to cover up whatever it is. Whoever killed his family, whoever shot him in the head, it's all been covered up for some reason. And Reyes may have something to do with that. I don't know if she does, but I feel like that's kind of where they're leading. Like, she is a very powerful person. She is the district attorney, so it kind of does feel like she would have the power to cover that up. But whether or not she's actually behind it, I don't know. But yeah, it seems like this is leading somewhere interesting. She's getting more information about it. And meanwhile, Foggy's trying to deal with Reyes, trying to shut down Nelson and Murdoch. I love the scene whenever Tower comes in and he acts like he's completely just cooperating. At the same time, though, he's not. Like Tower comes in and is asking for the stuff. He's like, you know what? You're right. I would love nothing more than to get this Punisher stuff off our desk. Get Reyes off our back. So bring me a subpoena. And the guy's like, you really want me to go and jump through these hoops? You really want me to do that? Just give it to me. And he's just like, hey, I would love to give it to you, but just plays that little game with him where he's acting like he's just like, yeah, I would give it to you, but I don't want to break any laws right now. So it was just really funny and really to see Foggy handle himself so well is always enjoyable. They always make it fun whenever Foggy's involved and whenever he's really trying to put a wrench into Reyes' her plan. Um, but there's also a scene where he's talking to that one blonde chick from the first season, the one that they both knew in law school, and I can't really remember her story, but I just remember her being a total, just pretty much a bitch, in the first season. And I remember Foggy kind of hooking up with her at one point, and I was just like, dude, what are you doing? You're an idiot. Who cares that she looks good? You're an idiot. But she made a reference to Jessica Jones. So once again, trying to tie these two together. Now, whether or not they bring Jessica Jones in at all, yet to see. But it would be nice because I know they're setting up the Defenders, which is, street level Avengers is what some people call them. And it involves Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and one other one that is I knew, but I can't remember now. So it would be nice to see her or Luke Cage in this season, just to start to really tie it together, to really start bringing them all together, because she is clearly involved with what's going on right now, and whatever Rey's plan is that the blonde was telling Foggy about, to sort of take out these vigilantes, to get them off the streets, it will involve her, it will involve Luke Cage, so it does seem like this is something that she would be involved in, along with Daredevil. So it feels like they're setting up for a whole lot coming up to the end of the season. I'm excited to see where it's going. I don't know where it's going, but it looks like it's going to be really good. It's one of those things where it's just like, well, this could be really good, and I believe it's going to be. Whereas there are other shows where it looks like it's setting up for something amazing, just for it to be awful. I have faith in Marvel, and based on the first season of Daredevil, I have faith that this second half of the season that we're starting to get into is going to be really good. Because this is the 5th episode, so 8 more to go, 2 more until we hit the kind of halfway point. So yeah, from here on out, it feels like it's really starting to step into what is going to be the main plot for this. Where Reyes is involved, Elektra's involved, the Yakuza are involved. So yeah, a lot of moving pieces, but they're handling it very well. And like I said before, the fact that it's 13 episodes, all 45 minutes to an hour long, it really does leave a lot of time for storytelling, as well as these moments that are just, they're simple moments. At times you're watching, and I can't remember which. I think it was the scene with Matt and Elektra in the boxing ring. I was just like, this scene feels like it's dragging on a little bit. But then I remembered, oh yeah, we've got like an hour to do this. So, okay, if you want to hold on a scene for a second just to kind of draw the emotion out in it, I'm fine with that. And they do that very well. They really do draw the emotion out. So, it's my dog. So he's going to start watching Daredevil with me as well. He's excited about it too. So, but yeah, that's about it for this episode. Let me know down in the comments what you liked about this episode, what you would like to see going forward, what do you think the rest of the season has, and leave a like and subscribe for more Daredevil, and I'll see you at the next review. And so will he. Peace out.